games where pros, you know, get to a tournament, they forget little things about their setup, and then they go into a tournament match and they like have the wrong settings, or they forgot to change, you know, turn off EpicSkillshot on their mouse, or like all kinds of things like this, and get completely cooked because of it.
It's just some goofy setting. Well, okay, we've got our first 6 picks locked back in. Just got to get through these last couple of bans here, and then we'll see what they actually want to pick on the Sentinels side.
Whew, okay.
So you know what? Vayne actually kind of looks good here. Maybe I will go with it.
I swear to God, if they end up with a Vayne anyway,
they have to play it.
That is.
You know what? You know what would be
That's
so.
not Vayne.
You know,
that is the opposite of Vayne.
It really is.
Seconds. All right, Cloud9 pick Vayne now.
You know what's a great tank
Vayne
buster?
top into your Sion. Ha
That would be really funny. We're gonna get Rek'Sai, which could be top. Honestly, I think it will be top.
Oh, this is also fun too, because the Maokai got a nice buff on this patch. We did a little segment, you know, what types of new champions that got adjustments on the current patch. We're gonna see some pro play. Maokai was on my list. Got some nice buffs to the Q damage. So Blaber here with this champ.
TF.
You can do a lot of very crazy jungle steals with Maokai really early on, because you can like walk up to their raptors, guaranteed steal with Q and smite. Maokai Q is mega damage to jungle monsters, and so you can Q smite pretty much anything.
Is mega damage more or less damage than like ultra damage?
Well, there's a tier list. Let me check here. Mega is bigger. Yeah.
Mega is bigger.
Mega is bigger. Yeah.
Is mega the biggest damage you can have?
Super mega is actually
super mega. So super mega death rocket makes sense.
True, it's the biggest,
It's the biggest damage you can
right
get
from the game.
Yeah. Fair.
Especially because they added death into there.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. The more adjectives, the better. All right. Well, TF coming through for DARKWINGS, that'll be interesting. So are going to be able to play towards side lanes. You kind of really think, though, it's only towards one side lane. Let's be honest. You kind of want to play towards that Lucian.
Yep.
A lot of setup for Vulcan's Thresh this game, which is great. You have the Maokai CC. Obviously, you have the Gravitum Root, which we saw Masu and Cryogen dominating a 2v2 lane. You know, with that setup, you know, you throw out that purple gun, get the root, hook there to follow it up. And if you're able to connect a hook onto Nami, especially in lane, because Nami is not playing Cleanse, obviously, the Lucian will be, that can sometimes just be a 100-0 look.
All right, let's get to it. We have finally resolved the champ select. This could be the last game of the series if C9 can close it out clean. Both best of 5 so far this weekend have been a 3-0 sweep. Cloud9 would love to make this one be the same thing, head towards that grand final next weekend, next Sunday, for their shot at going to first stand. Sentinels taking to the Rift. Again, so much pressure, I feel like, on this bottom lane, on this Lucian Nami to perform.
I knew we were going to get some chat at the beginning. and you mentioned it as well, Isaac, when we were in the pause, how on social media, last time when Sentinels did have to play with the Guardian Aatrox, Vulcan himself was on Twitter. He was like, what? We got to watch this? And so C9 here, also kind of happy to have a good, clean game here.
Nice, honest game of League of Legends. 2 grass tanks auto-attacking each other the way God intended it.
And
no kill threat at all.
Just
no
2 wet
damage to be
noodles.
seen.
Rek'Sai has actually been taken down a notch since Worlds, where it always used to just push inside and get these advantages.
Well, while the laning phase is just now starting, we've got Dokla standing by for an interview with Coach Golden Glue.
And I'm here with Golden Glue of Sentinels. Golden Glue, this has been the second time a Champ Select issue has happened under your tenure as head coach. What does this say about your leadership?
That's a very good question, Dokla. I think it says that in my environment, we're willing to make mistakes. We're willing to take that extra risk or that extra step and learn and improve from it. That's what I think that shows.
Wow, I mean, that's great because, I mean, you guys are top 3 right now, so I can see the improvements throughout the split. Down 0-2 in the series, what do you need to do to come back?
I think we need to team fight better. I think in the last game, like, we could have won that 3rd dragon. We're kind of just getting out team fought on the 3rd dragon. I think we're not really finding the right angles. So this game we have a bit more of like a pick comp, and you know, we have a bit stronger lanes with the Lucian Nami and this Thresh. So trying to snowball and kind of play a different pace of game this game.
Yeah, you gave APA his Ziggs here, so what was the thought process behind that? Because
I guess he can just first pick blind Ziggs. Let's see, maybe we'll punish it, maybe not. Flash, kill his ass. Oh! Oh,
He's going down. Oh,
that is what we do versus the first pick, Ziggs. That is what we do. It was all according to my master plan.
And there you have it. So looks like Sentinel's going to go for the reverse sweep here. And we'll toss it back to Flowers and the rest of the crew. What do you guys think about that?
I think they did indeed flash kill his ass. The Ziggs is down for first blood, and it's Sentinels on the board fast in this third one.
And this was HamBak with an altered timing. He did 4 camps and ganking from the bottom side as Jarvan. So the unexpected timing, since he's clearing off the regular camps on red side, does mean when you go for early ganks like that, you pay jungle camps usually, and Blaber's going to make you pay. Blaber will steal away the blue buff after the early Jarvan gank that results in him having a level lead currently in the jungle.
My big question is, can he double scuttle as well? Because he obviously stole the blue. He's just going to recall, so won't be able to double scuttle. So is going to just get that blue buff advantage. But still, nicely done by HamBak. Grabs that early first blood, puts some pressure on APA. And now he is flashless. And they could always look for a repeat, with the flash gold card, so it has to be careful.
Nice hook there from Vulcan. The death sentence lands onto Rahel. The Lucian does not want to use the cleanse that early because he knows there's not any kill threat yet, but it does mean he loses half his health bar.
Yeah, and obviously while we're watching mid lane, we did miss huhi lost his flash very early in the game because his flash has been down for a while. So huhi has lost his flash and used his heal that was traded with Vulcan's heal. So obviously a lot of action happening early on in this one.
And you're seeing some of the ramifications of the nerf I was talking about on Rek'Sai, where they did take Rek'Sai down a notch since Worlds, where at Worlds we were constantly getting Rek'Sais pushing in, getting turret plate leads and CS leads over Sion players. But the sustain on minions was taken down a bit, and so it's not quite as oppressive as it was previously. Still keeping up the pressure though, still of course, double grasp, going for these trades and trying to sustain through, just a little bit better for the Sion angle, and the teleport back once you have Bramble for impact.
Yep. I mean, Bramble's okay, but honestly, the healing is not while he's auto-attacking you, so he's not actually applying that debuff. So
right, yeah.
I never am actually a very big fan of Bramble in this matchup. I just think almost all the sustain, yeah, you're reducing maybe some like grasp healing or whatever, but every time he burrows, when you have that full rage bar at this point, as huhi could be in some trouble.
Yeah, they're trying to fight back though as Rahel jumps in after Zven, hits him with the full Lucian combo. Zven down to 300 HP, but the bubble doesn't find its target. HamBak throws out the Dragon Strike, and as soon as he does that, Blaber decides it's time to go in because the enemy jungler doesn't have his escape mechanism. Zven roots him up with Gravitum, and Blaber smashes him down with the Bramble Smash.
A really good counter gank here, and this is where you start to see junglers fall behind. When you do an early gank towards mid, drop a little bit of camps, and then another gank on bottom side, and Blaber has been clearing here. This Maokai with the CS lead, and now after the counter, has a kill for himself on top of it too. This is going to be a very beefy tank Maokai. I think Blaber is set up to have a very big impact on these team fights. Your ultimate is just always so much crazy value, Sapling's vision value, and you're going to be very tanky on the front line. He has the phase rush as well, so pretty slippery. Blaber is showing up mid here to answer the support roam from huhi as well, and he always talks about it himself. Blaber, even though it's not like this carry champ, this flashy champ, he has an insane win rate on it, lifetime.
He does. And people always meme these Enchanter, roams mid, but it's actually pretty effective. huhi just walks mid, bounces the heal off Darkwings onto APA, gives him a little bit of an HP lead there. Yep. So that was pretty nicely done. And it looks like we are potentially going to have a scrap for the scuttle, but Sentinels decides, you know what, we're just going to back off. Blaber just early smites onto the dragon, getting that second smite charge ready. Does not think that they are going to contest, so he had 2 smite charges ready. That one is cooling down, and he's just going to start that dragon, leash it at the same time.
Yeah, and especially on mounted dragons, they take so long to kill. Second charge is back up, ready to finish it off. So he's always efficient. Gets the scuttle, corrals it next to the dragon, get your Q onto both of them, and kind of business as usual for Cloud9 here. First dragon for them, and a gold lead despite the early first blood.
When Vulcan just keeps hitting death sentence after death sentence, constantly keeping the pressure on huhi and Rahel down here. And it's already, more than a wave of CS advantage for Zven on the Aphelios up against what's supposed to be the suppressive lane in the Lucian Nami.
And honestly, I'm in love with Ziggs convergence for these tank junglers. Inspired did on Malphite yesterday, and it is just so efficient. It got added, the extra ultimate ability haste. Here is the Maokai record I was talking about for Blaber. Very impressive, 77% for him, 19 and 6. Steal away from HamBak, quite nice right there. Even it up a little bit, grab some back for himself, but Blaber can continue clearing his regular camps down towards the bottom side of the map, and APA knows. Jarvan just spotted previously topside. The Ghost, though, to get in range.
Yeah, DARKWINGS, but he locks a red card instead of the gold, so APA still walking away for now. Blaber has shown up in case HamBak wants to try to dive after the Ziggs, and Sentinels are going to call that one off. Okay, now they're going to call it back on. HamBak re-engages, wants to look for APA, finds a little bit of burst onto him, but honestly not a ton. They're going to fight over the large chicken, and it's Blaber. Like you were talking about, Kobe, the Bramble Smash damage is so strong now, so he secures that big chicken for himself as APA goes back to mid lane. Mega Inferno Bomb going to be used to clear the wave.
DARKWINGS doing pretty well, though, in this matchup. You know, they got the early kill onto APA and has been able to do a good job putting some pressure onto APA. You know, I was worried that he would just kind of get locked under his own tower, that he would just be struggling to wave clear against this Ziggs, and we'll see if APA, when he has his first item completed, is able to kind of do that. That's really what your goal is. The difficulty with TF, to me, when you're playing a high wave clear like this, is when you roam, do you not just lose a ton of plates to the Ziggs? You know, are those roams going to be worthwhile? They are all going to be really high risk.
Both junglers down around the bottom lane now as Sentinels back up very far from their tier 1 turret. They do not want to get caught out here by Blaber on the Maokai with that fully completed Ziggs like you're talking about, Kobe. It's such a strong item because it's also so cheap. It's thrift store prices as a jungle item. You feel so good when you buy this thing this early. C9 is up to not quite a 1,000 gold lead, but a small lead for themselves. The largest individual one of those, of course, is Zven down here on the Aphelios. And the Aphelios Thresh lane just seems like it's going great.
3 out of 3 games, Zven has had the biggest lead for Cloud9 early, and they've had leads every single game. So nice job by them pushing in with the Aphelios Thresh. Gun usage already on display quite nicely, and they actually keep him around here. Here comes Blaber.
Yeah, Zven used the ult to stop the recall because they want to set up for a dive.
Okay, Blaber already going to fire off the Nature's Grasp. Rahel blocks it for huhi, or tries to, then immediately pops his cleanse. huhi still gets tagged with it anyway, but honestly, Sentinels are totally safe here. Meanwhile, Thanatos just trying to be annoying, proxy farming, and harassing HamBak in the jungle.
So I think what he's doing here is he's actually just pulling the wave. Notice how he didn't touch the minions? He just drives through, stacks up the wave, so now this wave will push out towards him, and he knows, hey, I'm going to be on weak side. My jungler showed bot, so we just wanted to kind of stack that wave, make it come towards him. And Impact just shoves it out. Thanatos TP's back, and we'll be able to fully collect that.
Yeah, go and find some extra jungler information always helps, especially when the jungler's on Krugs up on top side, because it's a long time to get there and affect the rest of the map too. I mean, the grubs, I guess everyone feels the same now, and they're just going to kind of sit there and rot. HamBak is looking for another
rotten grubs.
They're not thriving. They're not.
No, I think that they're default rotting as soon as they spawn. That's what they look like to me.
This absolute grub disrespect. Yeah. Well, Blaber, hey, that one's not going to rot. At least one of them, maybe. Blaber's going to go and start trying to farm these up. HamBak, however, shows his face. Blaber does step back in to get the smite onto grub number 1. Meanwhile, Thanatos and Impact both thinking about getting involved, but Impact does have the significant health advantage here, as huhi has also roamed over, so Sentinels can get both of the remaining grubs for themselves.
Now, the real question is it better to rot or be smoked?
Be smoked, because the rotting takes a long time and you're just kind of lying there.
You don't think it would hurt to get smoked?
At least it's a quick end. Honestly,
you wouldn't even feel it. It's a big lightning bolt from the sky. You're donezo.
It's like, do you want to get tortured in a slow, painful death, or would you like a quick one there, Azael?
Okay, all right, fair.
Well, good. All right, back to
neither.
Back to the bottom lane.
Would you like to decay over time?
It's too real.
All right, let's check back in on our bottom lane action, as Zven does have his Stormrazor fully completed. Rahel has answered with the fully completed Essence Reaver. Thank you very much, MasterCard. Vulcan still looking to see if anybody's going to step a little bit too far forward. He can land a death sentence, but HamBak does show down here in the river. Blaber is also ready and waiting nearby. keep your eyes on the Jarvan Dragon Strike. Remember that the last time they got that kill onto HamBak, it was because he used that too aggressively. He didn't have it available as an escape mechanism, and now Blaber is confident to start up the Drake. Here's the cost of that APA wave clear that we're talking about, because he just shoves the mid lane in so fast. Vulcan's going to be the target here from Sentinels. They want a full commit onto the enemy support, but the Cloud9 counterattack is there. The calling can't kill Vulcan. Zven's got the crescendum. He's trying to find the kill onto huhi, but he's overextended. Rahel gets the kill back onto the Aphelios. Meanwhile, APA picks one up on HamBak. C9 coming out 2 for 1 so far, as Impact is trying to stick around, but he may regret it. Wants to flash away. A little bit more damage from bouncing bomb is not enough to secure it, and C9 will take the fight. They'll have the 1 extra kill, and they'll get Drake number 2.
It's just like that, up 2,000 gold, up 2 dragons to none, and it is a Hex Tech Dragon that is going to be available here for the Soul in this one. Cloud9, again, just winning out at these dragon fights every single time, and to make matters even worse, that was the first time we've seen an ult from DARKWINGS this whole game. He has been kind of lane locked, but it's Cloud9 that end up pulling the trigger faster here. They're the ones that decide, you know what, we're going to just go immediately for this. Vulcan flashes in with that play, lanterns him back over. DARKWINGS ulted in, but he like ulted in to the middle of all of this damage and wasn't really able to contribute anything.
Yeah, I do like the snap decision from Vulcan too. As soon as he sees Lucian dash in on him, he says, this is illegal, you're not allowed to do that. And then they lantern Zven in. Zven had to immediately flash out of the Cataclysm too. And then they chased 2 different sides. So Zven did end up going down. That is like the small one little kernel for Sentinels. But it sets you up for a mid game where you're facing dragon stacking and another gold lead from Cloud9. And it looks pretty painful again. And we'll see, maybe the next ult from DARKWINGS, they can make a pick on a side lane in like a safer scenario.
It's looking like it might be Thanatos' last chance to win player of the game in this series. Okay. So how's he doing, Kobe?
I mean, it's still pretty early. I think it's even.
It's even?
I think it's pretty close. Maybe, what do we have here? Vulcan might be pretty far up here. Zven's like, oh, we won lane. I'm pretty hard up here too. Thanatos did his job. So I'll go, it's pretty close.
Okay, pretty close.
Honestly, maybe
doing all right.
Maybe Blaber's kind of, Blaber might be ahead actually with the Maokai. Maokai value is crazy.
Worrying trend.
Yeah.
Also, Rek'Sai not the flashiest champ. So
no, not really.
But with Titanic, you can have pressure on carries. So you can actually kill carries in the back line, and he definitely
I like that can-do attitude.
Yeah. I'm a Rek'Sai enjoyer for sure.
Yeah.
Titanic is goated, and we'll see. You know, he's got teleport advantage.
He can do some stuff.
Got teleport advantage.
Locket's completed for Blaber. I like it. Just when you're playing tank jungler, just go support items. Honestly, it just feels like it's way more impactful. The Ziggs is obviously really powerful and cheap, and then Locket as well. When you're thinking about TF, you're thinking of Jarvan, you're thinking of calling all of this upfront damage that's coming through from the Sentinels comp. Locket's going to help shut that down.
Blaber's approaching this Rift Herald that's already been started up by Sentinels. They've got the combo with the Maokai ulti plus the Mega Inferno Bomb, and there's your Nature's Grasp already used by Blaber. Mega Inferno Bomb down onto 3, and Vulcan's ready to follow it up with a nice death sentence onto HamBak. DARKWINGS primes the gold card. They want to try to see if they can put the pressure onto Zven, but they don't have enough damage to kill him. HamBak's going to drop, and DARKWINGS barely gets away. Sentinels trying to make these fights happen, but it's so difficult. Impact now could be caught here as well. Blaber locks him up with the twisted advance, and with Thanatos there, maybe that's your Titanic Hydra, Kobe. Maybe.
Give it to Thanatos, come on.
Nope. APA takes the next one. C9 will not get the Herald, so critically for Sentinels, they at least get the objective that they came here for, but C9 take the fight.
This combo is just so nice. You stack to avoid the Maokai ult, and then in comes the Ziggs ult immediately as they're all trying to stand behind Rahel, who has cleanse. They get AoE'd down so heavily, and then DARKWINGS is going in with HamBak. Zven basically doesn't care if they do no damage at all.
It's even funnier because, you know, you're Jarvan, you're like, you're stuck in my Cataclysm, and Twisted Fate teleports into your Cataclysm too. And you had DARKWINGS flash out of their own Cataclysm after ulting in point blank to this Aphelios. So you literally, like, Zven just like kicked them both out of their own Cataclysm and killed one of them too. If you come at the king, you best not miss.
That one was a miss.
That one was.
Well, now here in the mid lane, Rahel is in danger yet again. Thanatos trying to go for the execute here with the ulti, and there's your Titanic Hydra, Kobe. C9 get their pick.
Oh, we get MVP chance already here. Thanatos really, really wants a player of the game. So,
but we are fair voters here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be swayed by that.
He has the biggest individual gold lead in the game, man. He's smurfing. Look at that, 1.5 thousand gold, 2-0-2.
Honestly, it's looking pretty good.
I feel like ABA's doing a lot and Blaber's doing a lot. I'm just going to say, I feel like he's...
Hush your mouth.
Thanatos has been the beneficiary of some plays that are happening around him, you know? I'm not saying he's doing bad, he's doing fine. But the problem has been this damn mid-jungle. They're too good. They've been stealing away so many of these player of the weeks and player of the games.
Yeah.
The Blappa combo is looking strong this year for C9.
The Blappa combo, I know you've been waiting to drop that one.
That's good.
That's a good one. To me, my first reaction when you said Blappa, it sounds like some sort of like whoopee cushion noise or something. Like, wow, Azael, that was a really loud Blappa right there.
Okay.
You're embarrassed, or Cloud9 are going to take another tower. You're proud, yeah.
C9 take the tower. The Dragon is started up by Sentinels, but C9 have a 5,500 gold lead if they just want to try to fight. There goes the Blaber. Ulti immediately followed up with a Mega Inferno Bomb. Aphelios ult from downtown, and Vulcan flashes forward, goes in for the play, into the death sentence. The Dragon goes over to C9 here too, as DARKWINGS is already down. HamBak flashes over the wall, tries to get to safety. Blaber just going to solo down Rahel with the tank Maokai, as Vulcan looks for another. He's going to bring Blaber closer. They're chasing after huhi, but the Flay doesn't quite have the range. It's 3 kills plus a Drake for C9, who are 7,500 gold ahead.
I like Vulcan's moves, man. He's flashing over abilities. He's hitting it, multiple death sentences. You know, Mikhailsing himself to try and keep up the chase. But
he might be my player of the game.
Oh man, Cloud.
He's gonna smurfing too.
All these players on Cloud9 are players of this game for sure.
Sucks having a good team. It's tough out there.
It's too rough, man.
Out there.
It's a tough life.
Yeah.
And your team's up 10,000 gold.
35. I'm starting my ult, okay? Yeah. I'm gonna keep eye on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ulting now, ulting now. Look here.
No, has cleanse.
Yeah. No cleanse now. I can block
Yeah,
Sion ult, whatever.
Big mid, Avis near her.
Yeah.
I got TF.
Yeah. I'm on Lucian.
No gold card.
I'm on Lucian slowly.
Hey, Jarvan, Blaber.
Sion cannot go there.
Oh my god. Mad life.
I mean, he was smurfing in that fight.
Good
comms again. C9 is just seeming like they are on point. They're going to look for Zven, though.
Yeah, flash gold card, but the immediate flash from Zven. He pops the barrier and tries to survive, but Sentinels has enough damage. Now they got to be careful for the counterattack, because Thanatos has made his way in with a Blaber ulti right on top of him, goes for the kill on Rahel, and huhi dies too. That's 2 for 1 already here for C9, as Impact has to try to flash away. The Sion is not looking particularly tanky, as they juggle him around back and forth between bramble smashes and flays and Ziggs satchels. There's just nowhere for Impact to go. He'll go down farming, because it's the only thing the Sion's going to get. 10,000 gold lead for C9 20 minutes in.
It's actually player of the game material to give the Sion kill to your Ziggs and not take it. I would have saved my E. I would have saved my E to bite and steal that last kill. But he gave it to the carry.
-1. There you go. -1. Man, look at this. Your TF, you're way behind. You're like, don't worry, guys. I'll gold card someone. 1 Mikhails, 2 Mikhails. That is tough. So they even have the double Mikhails now. So good luck finding a pick. You know what? I got to say, with the advantage of hindsight, maybe Vayne wouldn't have been so bad. Maybe we should have gone Vayne this game.
What would Vayne have accomplished here? That's the real question. But that's not an answer we're going to be able to find today. Yeah, that's an alternate timeline now, as we have 2 minutes until what'll be the Hex Soul for C9 spawns. Sentinels is just at a point where they need C9 to make a mistake. If C9 doesn't misclick, oh man, and sure enough, Vulcan just goes in for the hook onto HamBak, who tries to get away through the wall. Enough damage is there from Zven from all the way back on the riverside. And with the enemy jungler dead for the next 30 seconds, why not add a 21-minute Baron onto this already stomp of a game?
I mean, Vulcan is just smurfing now. He is just finding hook after hook. C9 obviously in an incredible spot, controlling the vision, and that allows you to really take over as a hook champ. And DARKWINGS just going to have to ult down to bot. They're going to try to farm some gold on the other side of the map, but I mean, you lost Baron. It's Soul in a minute 30. You're down 11K. This game is looking over. This series is looking completely over. And C9 has just been on such a tear in playoffs. They've looked like by far the best team.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know, only if they win.
Little question mark there. It's a mystery. But, you know, for Sentinels, obviously, they are still locked at least top 3. Assuming they do lose here, they would fall down and play the winner of TL versus Lion, who both looked a lot better in their lower bracket debuts. So the Sentinels will have a tough challenge, I think, regardless of who comes through there.
They're trying to get an objective bounty right now with the Twisted Fate split push here, so.
Yep, that's the whole goal.
Wait for the audio, wait for the audio. I love this part. I want to turn it up, actually.
I'm going to admit, underwhelmed.
I thought it was going to be louder.
It's no Grasp. Grasp has a great sound.
Maybe it's because when I hear that noise, I really need it usually. So it seems louder.
Sentinels going in, trying to find the move onto Blaber, who just immediately counterattacks with the Nature's Grasp into the Twisted Advance. They lock up Impact, and they'll kill the Sion first. Blaber still might have to be a little bit careful with the dead body as HamBak already drops, and we've got ourselves a 5 versus 3 as Cloud9 are looking to put the finishing touches on this game. 23 minutes in, the Baron's still got a minute and a half left on it, and C9 have made their way onto the Nexus turrets. DARKWINGS is just gonna die again. The Twisted Fate was not the answer to their problems, and C9 are going to continue rampaging through the LCS. They will complete our weekend of clean sweeps. They will 3-0 Sentinels. They will earn themselves a spot in the finals, and they'll do all of it after they get done padding their stats just a little bit more, trying to get every last kill possible. Sentinels can't do anything about it, and C9 stop the series.
Well, Golden Glue in the interview was asking, can he just first pick Ziggs like that? Yeah, he can. Turns out it's got to stay on the ban list. The Ziggs is looking good as ever. Cloud9 are looking better than ever. Spam chat now with your play of the game. Mine, I think, has got to be Vulcan. I feel like he was just on point, setting up so many plays on the Thresh.
He does not
100%
miss
KP
on that champion. And that 100% KP with 0 deaths. So it's really hard to beat those numbers. Thanatos, though,
valiant effort.
Very, very good effort. Good hustle out there.
Yeah,
good hustle.
yeah. Nice. Hey, he's still got next weekend to try to win himself a player of the game. C9 has already earned themselves a spot in the finals on Sunday. We'll see who they end up facing there, but whoever it is going to have their work cut out for them. Azael, you already said it, but C9 just seems so far above everyone else right now.
They really do. It's going to be up to the rest of the teams to try to prove that they can compete with C9. But even if Thanatos does not win player of the game, he'll be able to settle for a finals appearance here. He'll settle for trying to go to first stand, and we can see them getting ready on stage. Raz is going to be there with Thanatos and APA. They're ready for the interview. Take it away, Raz.
There we go. Congratulations to both of you guys for Cloud9 and being able to qualify for the finals. First question is going to go straight to Thanatos, actually, because the whole story was you being able to get player of the game and player of the series. Do you feel like you were able to do that today?
No, I think top is useless.
Top's too big of an island, no matter how big he plays.
I mean, the fan votes have been coming in, and a lot of fans have been supporting you. Do you guys think he gets player of the game or the series? Do you think he deserves it?
Thank you.
If this is a democracy, it feels like you should get it. What's your thoughts?
I think I took a bus. My team was driver instead of except me. But I think I play pretty chill, but not that crazy.
Okay, and for APA, you finally get the Ziggs. It actually happens. They let you have it.
Yeah, I mean, I think their draft was just pinched. They had so many things to bend, so many things to care for, and they needed to give something up. And I mean, there's a reason why it's banned. I think I played pretty well that game, and I think the game was nearly always a free win, even though I died level 4, whatever it was.
You said there was a reason why it's pinched. I feel like the reason is you guys have been 12-1, including this game score, the entire split. You guys have been very dominant. And where do you think, AP, I'll ask you first, where do you think that is coming from?
Well, I think last year, C9 was still a really good team. They just kind of choked in playoffs. So what the hope is, I don't choke in playoffs, and I don't let this guy choke in playoffs, and then we're going to win finals and go to first 10.
Hey, do you align with that one, Thanatos? Because you've been the consistent player. What is the difference that you've seen on this team this time around that means you guys are performing as well as you are in playoffs?
I feel like compared to last year, we are really lucky to win the game. And especially on stage, we don't make mistake, except me.
Well, in scrims, we were not locked in, though.
What's happening in scrims?
I don't know, but we win every single stage game, so chill, yeah.
Exactly. Guess it doesn't matter. And now what matters is, I guess, your next opponent. There's 3 possible opponents of Team Liquid, of Sentinels, of course, and of Lion. Who do you guys expect or want to face in the finals?
Well, for me, I think it's like I want a finals rematch versus Inspired, if possible. Or I also just want to beat Team Liquid in finals and show that they were wrong.
What about you, Thanatos?
I want to meet Team Liquid because I think Morgan is really strong top laner, and I want to prove myself. Like, I want to prove I'm the best top laner, the LCS.
Any final words you guys have there for the fans who've been with you guys for a while now? Thanatos, you first.
Sorry, what was the question?
Any final words for the fans?
What do you say?
Any final words for the fans, like a word for the fans? Anything you want to say to them?
Obviously, we are going to final and we are going to win. So thank you for the cheering, and it's our season.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very famous quote, but the job's not done. Even though we've done incredible so far this split, we've yet to win the trophy. So I think we just need to keep locked in for next Sunday, and we'll do well.
All right, congratulations again for both of you guys. Thank you all for being here. Gonna send this one straight back to the lounge.